Director of Public Prosecution Haji has come out to defend himself over the withdrawal of court cases involving high-profile individuals in the Kenya Kwanza regime. During his grilling by the National Assembly Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations, Haji, who's been nominated to be the next Director General of the National Intelligence Service, said the evidence on those cases was defective and accused the DCI of forgery and lack of transparency in undertaking their probes. Here is Jeff Kirui with the details.
Nothing but so help me God.
The ghosts of withdrawing high-profile cases involving senior officials in the Kenya Kwanza regime came back to haunt the current Director of Public Prosecution, Haji. Haji has been nominated to become the next Director General of National Intelligence Services, NIS. Haji, who appeared before members of the Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee, was tasked to set the record straight.
How can Kenyans trust you that you will not drop high-profile intelligence the way you dropped high-profile cases, whether it's for political expedience or otherwise?
Most of the time, I just see you trying to shave and put blame on other officers. And clearly, I'm sure you know that the public don't have a lot of confidence in yourself.
Is not something that should be, packaged in a certain way that we were just benefiting the high and mighty or for political reasons. I can assure this committee that is not the case. Furthermore, I want to remind the committee that decision is not made by me solely. The magistrate, the judge, when we go before them, have the final say, and you can refer to the Constitution. I think, Honorable Chair, let us agree that there are safeguards that were put by the Constitution, and these safeguards are working, and that there are no abuses of processes.
Since the start of President William Ruto's regime, several criminal cases against powerful individuals in the administration, including a corruption case against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, have collapsed.
Despite the fact that those cases and the withdrawal would have brought a dent on my career, I had to make that decision because that was in furtherance of the rule of law, and I had to safeguard against miscarriage of justice. And it doesn't matter who that person is, whether it's a person of interest, whether it is a senior citizen in the country or not. And that is a decision that I made, and I do not regret making it.
In forging for his approval by Parliament, Haji said he is keen to restructure the recruitment of personnel to become fit for service.
In trying to refocus on how intelligence information is collected by NIS, how would you determine if a source of intelligence information is trustworthy?
We might have to recruit people who finished Form 4, and we should not maybe confine ourselves to individuals who only have diplomas and degrees. So in that way, we will try to cast the net much wider and get a bigger spectrum of our population.
If this committee accords you favor, try as much as possible to remove the officers who taint the name of a very professional National Intelligence Service. Make it as professional as possible. Debunk the mystery that surrounds intelligence gathering and officers of intelligence, people who are in hot pursuit of politicians or senior people or just ordinary people should not be in your service.
If approved, the 49-year-old will be appointed to serve as President Ruto's primary advisor on national security and hold positions in the National Security Advisory Committee and the National Security Council. Jeff Kirui, KTN News.
Thank you very much, Jeff. We'll